The daily grind, the daily grind, the daily grind. Man, something
Beautiful.
about I don't normally I sound awful typically on Monday mornings, but America just got in me, baby. Welcome to the daily grind and happy Monday. Um, it's Monday, and on Mondays I got Uncle Buck with me, and we are feeling very patriotic this morning. How are you, Uncle Buck?
I'm just lovely. How are you?
Good. I'm good, man. I'm better. I'm better now than I was 30 seconds ago. Something about that song, even if you just replace the words with daily grind. I wonder if it
Yeah,
works with
it kind of makes
Buffalo and Charlie Brown. It kind of works good with everything.
yeah. It kind of maybe makes me feel a little bit more patriotic if I'm being honest, because
Yeah.
now I'm actually involved. I'm involved. If there was an Olympics for podcasting, I think
Oh,
Luke, you would be up there.
hey, ain't nothing wrong with bronze. I'll tell you that much. I'm happy. I'm happy with just a little. I'm colorblind, so I can easily say that I think
That's
that's
gold.
gold. That's
Yeah.
gold.
It's like it's like Bill Simmons and Joe Rogan and Luke Hatmaker. Just like that.
I have never been talked about in the same sentence as Joe Rogan or Bill Simmons, so I'm very happy about that.
You're welcome.
So if you like either one of them, you might like today's show. we're gonna talk Olympics today, y'all. There wasn't much. The only Grizzlies news that kind of happened over the weekend was Desmond Bain had a backpack like charity thing in the city, and
That's great.
it's great. There wasn't a lot to talk about that other than it seems like everybody knew we were going to sign Luke. The team knew before that seemed like the only bit of news out of that. So instead of that, I just wanted to talk Olympics because I watched more Olympics over this weekend than I think I have. I'll get to it. I'll tell you why I watched so much, but I watched a lot and watched a lot of women's hoops, a lot of men's hoops, some replays on the 3-on-3, which is just weird. And yeah, very bad. It does give me hope though that like if I can just take the time off to go to the like prelims for that, you know, I could be an Olympic hopeful. Team USA finished first in all of group play, right? I mean, their point differential was like plus 35, I think, and the next closest was plus 16.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even get scared. Maybe that first half against Serbia was a little close, but even when Kevin Durant came in and it opened it up to a respectable margin. And the thing about this U.S. team is, if they get on you, like it's over. Like they're just too deep, and they're like Greece and Serbia. We're getting now that we've gotten to the bracket. All the teams kind of have a front line of a face of the team. Like Greece has got Giannis and Serbia's got Jokic, and they've got players, but all of their benches are crap. And I mean, it's just if the U.S. can get on you, there's just really no way to stop them.
No.
You've almost got to be in it the whole time and hope to get lucky.
It's really tough, man, because you look at these teams, it's like you were saying, oh, yeah, they all have pretty solid starting groups, but the USA has our second unit is unbelievable, and none of these teams have anything. Like, they got nothing. They got no answer. When you're rolling out some combo of Bam, KD, and AD as your, like, three, like, what?
It's stupid. I mean,
it's stupid.
And it just kind of, to me, I'm a NBA fan. I'm an NBA super fan. I get bored without a little competition,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not compelling television, and it may bite me in the tail, but you're kind of in a no-win situation here. If you win gold, everybody's gonna be like, "Yay, congratulations, you didn't screw up." And if you lose, it's like the world is on fire.
Yeah.
It's just go out there and I guess stay focused, knock out these peasant countries, and come home with a gold medal.
Well, yes, and let's preview. Well, we preview the game. Out of all these teams, the U.S. I mean, they got lucky. I don't know. Is there anybody? I just don't know any. The Brazil team. I don't know if they have any recognizable face right off the back. You know, I mean,
Yep.
I know they do, but like I just can't. Who's their best guy?
Bruno Caboclo.
No, yeah, he's playing well, but like
Well, I mean, like, he's their second leading scorer.
but
behind a guy named Vitor Benite, a 34-year-old 6'3" guard, has got 14.3 points per game. Bruno Caboclo has got 13 points a game. They've lost to Germany. They beat Brazil. They only go back 2 games. I know they played more than that, but this website only goes back the last 2. But
so this should be the easiest game they have, I would imagine. I mean, because if they win this, they'll play the winner of Serbia, Australia.
Yeah, I noticed our boy Wayno is not in the comments, so he must be cooking up something. Yeah, must be nervous.
Dabuma's I don't know if Dabuma's I can't do it. Dabuma's not going to do very well, mate, against that Serbia. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better, Wayno. I'm only doing it because you're not here. It's to me, I see U.S. and Serbia in the next the semifinals. I would imagine.
Yeah, but, I mean, that Australian team's probably has the most NBA players on it outside of the U.S.
Yeah,
but I just don't know. Like, you're talking Jokic
and Bogdanovic,
equivalent of like 3 NBA players.
True.
So
that's true. Yeah. Honestly, so let me ask you this: who would you like to see U.S. play in the finals?
Well, I mean, on the top half of the bracket, it is because according to the bracket I'm looking at, the U.S. is on the bottom half. So on the top half, you've got France and Canada playing in the first round, and Germany and Greece. Which out of those 2 matchups, France and Canada, I think, is the most compelling. I think I would like a North America gold medal game, with U.S. and Canada. I think that would be the most competitive game, but I also just want to dominate the French.
Yeah, that's your
MO. In Paris, just like put their foot on them, and just squish all of them.
Have like a Marie Antoinette situation.
Yeah, but I mean, I would love to see Wemby going for gold against the U.S. and I would love to see Gobert get dunked on.
Yeah. I would like to see someone do that in the Canada game if we can see that.
Yeah.
I would honestly, something about seeing Dylan Brooks playing for gold and popping up, going 2 of 20 sounds really fun for me. I don't know if the world got to see what we had to deal with for long periods of time. I think that would be pretty vindicating. But
I mean, if Canada and U.S. square off in a gold medal game, Dylan Brooks is going to be waiting at the circle at midcourt, staring LeBron from the time while LeBron's just like lacing up his sneakers and getting his warm up off, and he's just going to be like barking at the jump circle there in center court. And then he's just going to get maimed. Like LeBron will take it. We'll just find once and for all, like make him respect you.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Either way, I think that other than the U.S.'s game tomorrow, I think all the games should be, like you said, competitive moving forward. Unlike I watched we're going to transition kind of to the rest of the Olympics now. Like I watched some women's hoops over the weekend too. That team is so good. Like there's
so
no
much more
competition
dominant than the men's team. Like,
dude, I knew, like, you hear how good they are and then you see the highlights, but when you watch them play like from beginning to end, I watched them play Germany, and Germany's got some dogs on that team. Like it was a game until halftime, and then halftime they were like, okay, we're done. We're done. And it's just, you want to talk about killers. That team they understand the assignment. They know why they're there. They're like, we'll keep this competitive for the first half, and then we're going to assert our dominance because we're the most dominant program in the world. It's really fun to watch.
It's kind of like those old dream team American men's teams.
Yes.
There's just no foreign there's not much foreign talent in the women's game right now. And as you've seen the foreign talent grow in the men's game, you'll probably see it grow in the women's game in the future just as it gains popularity. But right now, like, there's no foreign talent, especially not enough from one single country to compete with the US right now.
No, and I think it's only a matter of time. It's like you said, the WNBA, it's women's hoops is booming right now. And there was a WNBA commercial. There's a WNBA commercial playing a lot of the weekend. It's awesome. Like, it made me want to go play for them. And I know I can't, but it was just they've got a good product, and they're doing a good job during the Olympics of putting that product on a global scale. And I think it's good for women's basketball.
Well, and if you want to grow it in the U.S. as well, just put the stars and bars on your uniform, and if you don't cheer for us, you're a commie.
Yep. That's which like, let's get to the total medal count. I don't remember the U.S. being this dominant. Maybe last Winter Olympics. Well, maybe we don't do as well in the Winter Olympics, but we're doing really well in the total medal count right now. Really well.
I had it pulled up. The United States has I checked it last night, then I checked it again this morning. It's changed a little. But total medals, the United States has 72. Second place is China with 50. So you've got 22 up total medals on China. China did win 2 medals this morning to go up 21-19 on the gold medals. And then France is behind, is in third with 44 total medals, and it's their best showing ever, basically.
Yeah, I was going to say it's really cool to see. I mean, I always feel a little bad for the host city when they fart the bed. It's always like, come on now. But right. I mean, France is showing up, like they are showing their patriotism, and they're like, look, we're not going to get, even if they're meddling in like fencing.
Right. And well, I'm going to tell you, the rest of the world knows now. They've been reminded when the U.S. goes to Europe, we dominate. And
yes.
We don't lose wars. We don't lose Olympics. We coming into your house. We taking over your house.
Yep.
U.S. dominates again.
And we're talking about Europe here. We did not lose Vietnam. It was a tie. That was
Asia.
It's everybody on the same page. It was Asia. Different.
Yeah.
If we didn't do great in the Chinese Olympics, it's fine.
And just to make things more patriotic, is the Great Britain or the United Kingdom, our former overlords, have half of the medals that we have. So I think that we should, as reward for them being so bad and us being so good, we should be able to absorb the United Kingdom under our rule now.
As like the 50, would they be a state or a commonwealth?
I think we'd just call them a territory. Just like leave them down there with like Guam and Puerto Rico.
Like Guam, Guam and the Samoa, the islands of Samoa.
Yeah, and we'll just tax them to death.
No taxation without representation, I believe, was the old adage.
Yeah, but see, we don't turn the other cheek here and see what's done to us, we shall do to you.
That's in the Bible, I think.
I think it's the opposite.
Something, I don't know. I don't know. I'll read it later. Shout out Wayno, the Boomers, the Australia, mate. They're doing pretty good right now. They got a medal count of 31. I'm gonna get better, Wayno. You're missing some gold, Wayno. They're 31 medals. How many countries have medaled? There's 62 countries have medaled, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but me and you combined only have one fewer medal than Lithuania.
Dude,
I mean, I think we just go try to find whatever bronze Lithuania won and go compete in that sport. I think we can do it.
Pickpocket. Well, yeah, I thought you were saying we just pickpocket. I mean, it happens in Europe all the time.
Okay. Well, fine.
I mean, what if we showed up? We could just go to Paris and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm an Olympian," and just walk on. You think it? I mean, security seems kind of lax. That's not true.
Let's see. What did Lithuania medal in? We're gonna compete in that next year.
What were trying to think? What were some of the highlights? I mean, because there was a lot that happened over the weekend. There was Noah Lyles. Did you watch the 100-meter dash?
Yes. So
holy cow, man.
That was by far. I was locked in yesterday, and so it was the first time that I've had a weekend where I just locked into the Olympics.
Yeah.
And the track and field was great all day long. I enjoyed all of it. But Noah Lyles capped that thing off, and that was the most electric 9.7 seconds in my life.
Dude, it was so short. It was so short.
And, I talk about this a lot on the Two Bucks show, is I love a showman. It was my problem with Dylan Brooks, because if you're going to be a showman, if you're going to be a mouth, if you're going to be cocky and arrogant and run your mouth like that, you've got to back it up. And Dylan would do it, and then he would go 1 for 18 and we'd lose because of him. And it's the worst type of player to be. But to me, the most fun player is a guy who is brash and arrogant and backs it up every single time. And when he took off running out of that tunnel and started basically doing cartwheels,
WWE,
I mean, just total heel move, and then go out there and win like that. Oh man, it was amazing.
Man, as soon as he came out, I wanted to hear the beer bottle smash, and it was like, my God, that's Noah Lyles' music. That's Noah Lyles. And I was like you, though. I was like, man, if he doesn't win, this is gonna suck, because he ran like halfway down, ran back up, and then the poor Italian guy came out after him and was just laughing. He was like,
how do you follow that? He was just kind of like, he's the reigning gold medal winner in the 100 meters, and he was just kind of like,
hey.
So I thought he lost. I think everybody thought he lost.
I thought he lost too.
Me, I'll go ahead and raise my hand. I'm not a track and field guy. I've known who Noah Lyles is for a while, but like track and field is not my thing. You put the stars and bars on it, it becomes my thing. And that's what's happened this weekend. And so this was the first race of Noah Lyles that I had seen. I didn't know his MO. I take that back. I watched the preliminaries, the heats. I watched the semifinals, and he never won any of them.
No.
And everybody's kind of like, it's okay, and I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever you say. And then I didn't realize he started slow, and he was a finisher, basically. And in 100 meters, he kind of got behind, and I was like, you can't get behind in 100 meters, right?
Nope.
And I'm telling you, I didn't even realize that he had made his way back in it, because I disregarded him and was watching the Jamaican because he got out to a quick start.
Yeah, Thompson.
And then to see him that close a finish, photo finish, and everybody just standing there watching the TV together and just like, all right, well, who won? And he ripped that name off, and I was like, he did it.
I was like,
by his shoulder.
Yep. God. Well, and you would talk about a real photo finish. Yeah, shout out. I want to put this up. If I can't wait for the 200. That's what I ran in high school. That is what this dude, because he can do what you said. It's like he can slow roll that first 100 meters. And when he comes around that corner, it's just, but that photo finish, when you just see him, it's the like wherewithal to know what part of your body to like push forward. I don't get that. I don't get how these dudes don't fall flat on their face every time.
And I just think, to me, what's impressed me the most about it, and I think about it a lot with swimming as well, and so I guess it's the track and field swimming, it's how repetitive everything is. I believe that they know exactly what step they're leaning. They've counted steps. They just know innately by the amount of training that they do. They're like, all right, boom, 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 boom. Maybe they even count it off, and then they're like, all right, shoulder or whatever. Because you saw the guy from Jamaica, he leaned, and almost like he leaned too soon, and his head crossed first. But then Lyles he had basically leaned at the right time and got his chest across, and it's just such a crazy thing. And with the swimming, it's like they've got to know when the wall's coming without actually seeing it, because they don't see everything. I don't know.
Well, and it's similar to like the wide receivers in football that know where they are in the end zone and they're able to like get both feet down. Like the awareness, the awareness.
Yeah.
Bingo, which I don't have it. If you can't tell, I'm spinning around in this chair hitting shit every like I'm not good at it.
I'm liable to just spin right off camera in a minute without realizing it.
Yep. Like I'm on a flat surface. You couldn't tell by the way I walk around here. What other? I'm trying to think. Did you watch shot put? We were talking about track and field. The big old shot put.
Yeah. That's the sport. I think of all the people. Like if you take all the sport and just like I want to hang out with one sport athlete. I think like shot put. That's the guys I want to hang out with.
They seem like fun. They seem like just good dudes.
I mean, they don't seem like somebody that, and I know they do, but it's like, I wake out of bed, grab the ball, and chuck it down the field. It's like this is what I was born to do. You know,
man. I watch my son. He plays. He runs middle school track, and let me tell you, watching middle schoolers do a shot put and a discus is like,
oh, I bet it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. So when you watch this big old boy go out and just chuck it, I was like, oh, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when it's done right. That was great. I liked watching skeet shooting. That's something that I've tried before that I'm really bad at. I'm not good. And it's just cool. Oh, okay. Let's do this. This is a good question for us then we'll take a break after this. If you were given a chance to go I don't know why he says quote unquote compete.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think we can actually hold our own there, Greer?
Greer, this is a crossbow, bro. This is a fake crossbow. I think I know what I'm doing. Which event would I choose? Is it summer only or can we do winter? Let's do my answer overall would be curling, but since this is Summer Olympics, I'll pick a Summer Olympic event. Either 3v3 basketball or fencing, because
you've got the wingspan.
Yeah, the wingspan, and they all just look bad. I don't understand fencing. It's just like they're just like waving their arms, and
it's like there's no strategy at all. And I mean, let's be honest. I don't want to be controversial here, but on the women's side, a woman that was 7 months pregnant won a medal. So I mean,
in fencing,
yes.
I didn't know she was I didn't know she was 7 months pregnant.
Yes.
Whoa. Well, okay. Well, let me change my answer because now I feel emasculated. Boxing.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm losing whatever event I pick. Yeah. Whatever event I pick, I'm losing if it's not curling.
Is there a competition in which, like, how many Doritos you can eat in a sitting? You know,
that's the hot dog competition. That was earlier in the summer.
Yeah, but that's probably true. I couldn't beat Joey Chestnut though. I don't know. I think as a Mississippian, like I feel like I could get some really good, honest training in skeet shooting. Like,
yeah,
I can find my way to competitions in skeet shooting.
It's kind of going off of that. I feel like if we tried archery, we could eventually be good archers.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm wearing contacts. Not me.
Me too.
I'm a pasty, barely alive ginger man. Do you know how many gingers are competing in the Olympics? Very few. Very few.
How's Ireland doing?
Let's see. They're doing all right. They ain't no slouches. You want to do the decathlon? Fine, Daniel. Those dudes were throwing up 10 times when they got out of the water. That's on you. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about some Mondays and some lasagna, because that's what we do on Mondays. And we're going to got a new commercial. We're excited. Let's see what we got for you right after this break.
One of the questions as far as my writings for the Wizards was, what's going to happen with Tyus Jones? And I kind of was able to narrow it down. He had three teams that he was primarily looking at, and that were the Memphis Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks. From my understanding, Memphis they offered him more money. Memphis offer was somewhere around $5 to $6 million, but they wouldn't have given him an opportunity to start. And I believe that was something that was really important for him.
I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't true, but I don't think the Grizzlies actually made a serious run at Tyus Jones. And at that number, I don't even consider that serious. You know what I mean?
A lot of people in Memphis didn't really want to believe that that the Grizzlies were interested in Tyus Jones. And I think a lot of, from what I saw on the internet, a lot of that has to do with you guys' expectation of what Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to be. The Memphis Grizzlies very much like Scottie Pippen Jr., but I'm also here to tell you they went out and tried to get a backup point guard.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Representing your country and winning, I think I'd black out on the podium. Because when I watch these people whose names I won't remember a week from now, and they're on the podium and they have tears and I start crying because I'm like, what a moment for this person. I'm getting a little nervous talking about it right now, BK.
I would shed 3 tears.
Oh.
I wouldn't be nose running crying. Not that crying. You know, there's levels to this crying game. There's
shoulder shaking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even when the tears stop, you still like, that's when you used to get in trouble though. Your parents used to give you, that's when you used to get beaten.
You stop.
Yes, you better stop crying.
Exactly.
Put that thing on that bottom lip.
I'm not crying.
Right, I would definitely be up there. I would cry.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the daily. That was good. Welcome back to the Daily Grind.
Would you cry? Would you cry on the podium?
I cried during Google commercials. Like I'm
such a softie.
Me too. I would be. BK was just like, I would be that guy, but I would be like, I'd be like, can I use your number? I would be using the number. It would be, it'd be awful.
Ever since I had kids, it's just Waterworks all the time now. Like I watch a Pixar movie with my kids, and I'm like, you know. So yeah,
I've seen the first 2 minutes of Up. If it's anything like that, I'm toast.
Yeah, and that movie just started off. I was like, I'm done.
I don't need to finish this. I don't need to shut up. We're good. You can catch that show. You can catch Night Court. Those 2 dudes cracking me up. You can catch that. You can catch Anthony Sane Show, $2 Sports Show. You can catch No Bluffing and Next Gen usually today. Grizz 901 will be coming back soon. Got a whole bunch of stuff over at bluffcitymedia.co. Leave that M at the door. But back to our show. On Mondays around here, we like to celebrate the good and the bad because that's what life's about. And I also love Garfield the cat. He is my muse, my flame. And he hates Mondays and he loves lasagna because he's a cat. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's hilarious. So on Mondays, we celebrate something that was good over the weekend, our lasagna, and something that was bad over the weekend, our Mondays. I'll be happy to go first.
Okay.
I'll do my lasagna. I became an uncle over the weekend. My little sister had a baby. The little guy was fine. He's still in the hospital because he was 5 weeks early, but he's healthy. He's just everything's gonna be fine. Mom's coming home today. And I love it. Great stuff. But pairing off of that, my Mondays, pregnancy sounds awful. Like I'm just so grateful to be a man. Shout out women everywhere that have to deal with this because my sister was in labor for like 2 days. And I thought it was like, oh, water broke. Oh, baby out. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was
being dramatic.
Yeah. I was like, 2 days?
Yeah.
I can't do anything for 2 days.
Listen, like I tell my wife all the time, you know, she has carried 2 children like a champion. I wake up every morning and as I'm standing to go pee, I'm like, thank God I'm a man because I cannot do it. I'm too big of a baby when I get a headache. Like I want to be pet and like, honey, I've got my throat's sore. Can you pet me?
Hot.
You know, like, oh no, I would kill it. I'd absolutely be an awful woman. Like just terrible.
Same. I can't do anything. I can't feed myself. There's no way I can feed another baby inside me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I moved out of my mom's house into my into a house with my wife. It's like I don't think I could do this by myself. You know, like it's just I'm not gonna pretend like I can handle half of what they go through biologically. Like, nope, not gonna do it.
Women, you are the anchors.
Yeah.
How about you, bro? How was your weekend? Was it full of 2 days of labor?
One day, you know. So my lasagna is we just stayed home this weekend, and it was good for the soul. We didn't really leave our house much at all. You know, we had baseball practice on Saturday morning. My son has started a travel ball team for 7-year-olds, and so it's like, you know, just
good luck.
Yeah, it's just like you know, come give it your best shot kind of thing. You know, we're not going to overdo this. We're not going to take this too seriously at this time. But and so we just stayed at home all weekend. The downside of that is my house looks worse today than it did on Friday because we have a whole mess of kids, and it was like my wife was like, all right, listen, here's my focus. I said we're gonna clean up the nursery. We're gonna make sure our room's nice and clean because our room's always the last because we've got so many kids and common spaces that take so much work. Our room's always last. And then we're gonna make sure, you know, just the living spaces are tidy and whatnot. And so as I'm outside doing some yard work and stuff, I come back in and she's in the attic throwing stuff into the living room. And she was like, I'm going through baby clothes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
the agreed upon situation.
There are 18 black garbage bags that have just been ripped to shreds with thousands of clothes and strollers and crap that she's going to try to sell on Facebook. Just taking pictures
on Marketplace.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to try to sell and make some money. I'm like, honey, you have listed every one of these 3-month-old onesies for $1 a piece. You think anybody's driving to come collect a $1 onesie? You might as well just leave them in the bag and take them to Goodwill.
I'm gonna buy all of them, and then I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, man? I got all these $1 onesies.
I'll give you a discount
if I come get them.
Yeah, just come get them. Yeah." Yeah.
Oh man, the $1 onesie.
Congrats on being an uncle. I was an uncle before I was a dad. Uncleship is so much fun.
I'm excited.
You just get to as that baby, you know, not much uncles can do for little kids. But if that baby gets like 2 or 3, you just take that kid, you go get some ice cream, you load him up on sugar, watch Garfield, take him to the movies, whatever. And the best part about it is you just take him to his mama, drop him off, and say, I'm out.
I can't wait.
Peace.
Can't wait. I can't. I'm gonna. His name's Callahan. I'm telling everybody she named him after the bad guy from Titanic, but that's not true. But it's really funny when you tell people that because they're like, really? Because they're like, who does that? I'm just gonna take him, shake him up like a Mountain Dew with Mountain Dew, and then just roll him back in, and open him, and be like, I'm going back to Nashville, and then just leave.
Here, Callahan, we're at your mama's house. Here's 8 bags of gummy bears and a 12-pack of Mountain Dew. Just go inside and put them in your room, and don't tell your mom. All right, bye.
Bye. And here's a bunch of Legos. Don't worry about building them. You're too little. Just open them and spread them everywhere because they're gonna love stepping on them. They're gonna love it.
This is a bottle rocket. It takes fire.
Make sure you let go of it or you'll end up like JPP. Is that his way? Shout out JPP. I know you're watching. That's going to do it for our show today. Thank you for joining us at home. Happy Monday. Thank you, Uncle Buck, for hanging out with me as always. Everybody have a good week. I will see you tomorrow. If I can leave you with 2 things today, go check Jess Benson out. She's on right now, literally right now. Callahan brake parts from Tommy Boy. Yes. Go watch Tommy Boy if you haven't seen Tommy Boy. That's the moral of the show today.
Even if you have,
if I can leave you with 2 things today, you know, it's like Tommy Boy. Be a little weird and remember to smile. Bye, y'all. I'll see everybody tomorrow.